What is up YouTube? Jonny B here again today, and I'm going to be bringing you a video on a very special kit that I have not done yet. You guys have seen this car before on the channel. It used to be version 1 with a version 2 front bumper. Now it's got the Blitz front bumper, which I painted for him a while back ago. It seems he has quite some cracks over the year. And now we're going to be upgrading his wide body to a Blitz wide body. So he got me new fenders. Those are on because the cuts for them are completely different from the Rocket Bunny version 1. The rears, it's going to be essentially the same thing. The holes just got covered up. And now we're going to go ahead and install the new kit, see how it looks. You can see he still has his wide body set up wheels. And we're going to try to get the fitment as close as possible. If we need to add a little bit of camber to the rear, we will. If not, then let's just see how it turns out. But let's start mocking it up, installing it. I really like the Blitz bumper. I'm not a fan of many aftermarket front bumpers, but the Blitz one looks really nice. I really like the design that they came up with, and the fitment on it is, you can see, pretty perfect. How it lines up with the hood, and you can still see the little rubber in between. The fender, obviously that piece just got replaced, and then back here got covered up. Car's gonna be going into wrap, so paint is not gonna be a factor on this one. It's gonna be a bit easier because all I really have to do is mount the kit, obviously cut it up, and make sure that the fitment is good, that the rear has enough camber to clear the kit without breaking it. Let's make a mess. Kit comes in white. Is this the one with the little duct? I think it is, yeah. The Blitz kit. I like it a lot. It looks very aggressive because it has like that little ducting in the back. I believe it has it in the back of the front fender as well. Let's do a legit check. Aerospeed R concept from Blitz. We got some hardware here for, looks to be the side skirt. There we go. So let's go ahead and start laying everything down. So this will go here. Put that there. Put that here. Like that. Let's bring this over here. So as I was checking out the bumper fitment with the fender, I noticed that this one is a bit off, and it seems to be kind of forced on this part of the headlight right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the bumper, adjust that. And the owner told me that it cracks because it doesn't really have that much support. And the reason for that is that it doesn't have the headlight brackets because he said he couldn't fit them. So I'm gonna try to see if I can chop off this like little excess piece, and just to have it serve as like a mounting point for the bumper, so that way it has like an extra support to sit on, and they're not just like holding on from the top and the side, causing that extra weight from when you're driving, and it has like no support right around the headlight. And I'm guessing that's most likely why it started cracking here in the spot, because it seems to be a weak point of the kit. So here's the modified one, and here is the stock one. So what I ended up doing is I just ended up removing this whole top section. You can see this is where the bumper sits. This top section is designed for the OEM bumper, and it gets really skinny right here. But unfortunately on the kit, this part isn't skinny. It's actually thicker than the OEM. So what I went ahead and did is just removed it all. That way the bumper at least has like a nice mounting bracket to like sit on, and it doesn't have any interference. So now when it goes on, you'll see it's gonna just sit right underneath it, and this is where that bolt goes, and it'll sit right over. So now if your bumper's sticking out too much past your headlights, that's not gonna be an issue because this actually has some movement because with it normally on there, your bumper would just not sit flush. I think the furthest it would go is like around here. See how it has that gap there? So now we're able to push it to where it's supposed to sit. You can see a little clip that goes right there. Right there. That now has access to go all the way up, because you see how this one is like so far off? It's much taller. That would never fit with the stock piece being there. So I got both of the headlight brackets on now, and let's see if my theory worked. If it did, the bumper is gonna sit perfectly flush. Would you look at that? Yeah, no gap underneath the headlight. And this is so flush. It looks like OEM fitment. Look at that. This is nice and smooth here too. Now let's check the other side. Yep. Same thing. Nice and smooth. This is nice and smooth as well. We have like that nice flush edge. Wow. Now that is very nice bumper fitment. And now it has all the support it needs from the headlights holding it all up, so that stops cracking, because that's one of the biggest issues. But I think Abraham's gonna be very happy with this. So I got the first piece of the kit out, and it looks crazy. It's got like these like indents, the way it just comes straight down like that. This is like raised up. It's got a specific spot for the bolting. Same thing down here. It's like another little extra lip. It's gonna be interesting. Let's see what it looks like on the car. Got the over fender installed. With that fitment, I was able to finally install it, get a nice flush fit. Look at that, it has like a little winglet right there. And then from back here, it's a duct. You can see there, that's why we needed a new fender. Look at that. Looks good. Got 1 out of 6 pieces installed. The hardware is going to be changed too. I'm just using your standard Rocket Bunny hardware. But I'm going to switch it up for some nice Allen key button head screws. Mocked up this side skirt. Looks really nice. It bolts up to underneath the door. It's like flush with the door, like it barely fits in between the gap. The stock gap. So if your door's messed up, side skirt's not gonna fit. And then right here with the fender, look at that. It's like super flush. That's so good. And then it looks like they even did like a little step cut right there. This is for the inner fender liner, that extra little piece of gap there, so the inner fender liner's not in the way. Bolt hole there, but there's really nothing to bolt there. There's no fender. So I guess they want me to bolt it to the plastic. We do have 2 bolt points there, and then 1 right in the corner of that, a couple on the underneath, and I'm guessing that should be enough to cover it all. There's this little gap here that has like a little thing. Got this back section nice and flush now. It's that 1 bolt, kind of like pieces it together, and lines up perfectly with this back part right here. So it actually ends up working perfectly with that cut too. What is that? Did they literally just take the fender garnish, flipped it upside down, and molded it? This is literally a BRZ, like a 1st gen BRZ fender garnish. So I'm talking about the thing that goes right here. You literally just whoop and put it right there. So here we have the rear quarter panel piece. It's got the same ducting as the front fender, and it even has this nice little stamp. It says Blitz Aero speed, so that looks nice. I remember with the Rocket Bunny kits, the 1st gens that came out, like mine, they don't have any sort of way of proving that they're legit. The only way you could tell is because they were black, had perfect fitment. The little fitment in between the fender and bumper piece was perfectly flush. And it came with a set of Japanese Greddy instructions. So if you didn't get those instructions with your kit, you most likely had a fake. Having this just like, you know what I mean? It gives you that extra sense of security that, oh yeah, I got a legit part. They're not fake, even though they're white, but I guess that's just how Blitz makes them. When you get the white Rocket Bunnies, those are fake. Got the rear installed. Got that perfect gap, same as the side skirt. And I was able to line this up perfectly. All the way up to here. It sits flush with the side skirt. Then it comes up. I actually love the design right here, how it's like flat. You get kind of like angled bolts. They line up really nice with this top part of the quarter panel. And right here, it even like blends right into it. And check this out. Gas cap, right? If this doesn't pop out enough, it's gonna be quite a pain to get your finger in back here to grab it. But I was able to do it. So you can see there, I got it pretty close. And then when you start coming this way, look at that. Look at that gap. I mean, you can't even tell there's like a little gap there, but there's, I'd say maybe like a millimeter of space in between, and boom. Now, one thing is, this is fully aired up. The car is on airlift suspension, so fully aired up, but it's gonna have like a decent gap. We can go ahead and air out, see if this is gonna clear. It's like right there, but when you start going lower, you start getting a bit of camber just naturally from the way the suspension's set. And it goes in past this section here. So I'm gonna need to like chop this off. We don't want this hitting, so I'm gonna have to chop this here and bring it like back a little bit to avoid that rubbing, but we'll see. Right now I'll air out. All right, got the cut made. I went ahead and shaved all in here, so it's a lot smoother. You can see there, it used to have a bigger edge. I just kind of like rounded it in with it, so it looked good. This is now pretty much flat, so that way, no matter what type of fitment you have, if you can go as aggressive as you want, that way it'll slide in and it'll look the best. That's what I did to mine as well. And then here, I just cut straight down. You can see there, kind of gave it like a little bit of a rounding, and then it goes straight down and then to here. So normally this piece would be sticking out a lot more. Looks like it flung it all the way over here somehow. If I were to put this here, there you go. That gives you an idea of how much I actually cut off, because this part was rubbing here. Time to test to see if I did a good job on the cuts and if we're gonna be able to air out without any rubbing. So let's go down. Okay, let me air out the other side. Okay, look at that. It's like getting to the point of the tire where it's gonna tuck. You guys see that clearance? Because I shaved the inside. Okay, let's go a little bit lower. Looking good, looking good. Wow, look at that. Still got that little credit card fitment. Oof. That dropped a little bit extra right there. Okay. Looks like we're getting there. Just like the lip of the tire is there. Over here, we're still good. We're almost there. 13 more PSI to go. There we go. All zeros. I guess this one wants to make some here. Let's take that out. And there we go. Fully aired out. Look at that look. It just like tucks the tire. Looks like that cut. Now we're not gonna rub at all. It's like right there. It's actually touching it, but I didn't see it force the kit at all. In fact, I think I could probably move the kit still. Look at that. You can still move the kit. So it has more, like if you want to go a bit more aggressive on the fitment, you can. There we go. Look, I can actually separate the kit from the tire. That's how close it is. We've got a little bit of the tire lip in there. Let's check the other side. Customer said he wanted perfect fitment. I got you. Same thing on the other side. Looks like this side went a little bit lower. Look, this side still has a little bit of clearance there, so it's not quite touching. I'm guessing that has to do with like the minuscule difference of camber this side might have. And that's in there as well. All right, so now that we have the fitment check, I can go ahead and remove it all. And that sounds like a lot of work, but it's what I gotta do to replace all the hardware. But all visible points will be replaced with this right here. We got some M5 stainless steel riv nuts. And then these are the button head that we're gonna be installing. These are very similar to the ones on my kit. So there you go. That's what they're gonna look like. We couldn't go with the fancier hardware just because the fitment or the spacing for the hardware is like tiny. Like compared to the Rocket Bunny, there's not that much fitment, especially like in this one where it's like super angled. Like it like pretty much hides the bolt. If you could probably even like cover that up and it would make the kit look super flush. You can see there, it's lining up perfectly with the top of the frame. So that's the lowest it can go. I'm gonna cut to there. Did a little cut here, just a little bit further back, just to hide the fact that there's a fender behind it, because if I were to cut it straight up, then you can still kind of see in through the kit. And no, that's what we don't want. So I just did a little cut back right there. Not necessary for the tire per se, but it is necessary just for the look. All the rivets installed, we did all the cuts. Now it's time to put the kit back on. We're gonna be using these, like I said earlier, but the issue with these is that they're actually a bit thicker than the hole that's pre-made on the kit. So I'm gonna have to drill out every single hole on the kit to make it fit. And I wanna go a little bit bigger, that way we have a little bit of like play to like angle it and get the right angles for them to go into the riv nuts. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill out every single hole. So we got the full kit installed with the new hardware. The hardware is looking really good, perfectly fitting in everywhere. All right, guys, I wanted to get a little bit before we lower the car. It's fully aired up, front and back. You can tell in the back it's not as high as mine because he has his set up much lower than mine. So where his tucks in the wheel, mine doesn't. But I get straight axle clearance when I want to take off and actually use all my power. I can. Now let's check to see what it looks like aired out. That was weird. It like tried to control how low I went. But we got it. What do you guys think? Let me show you guys from the other side. This is the side that everybody saw. Look at that. Looks so good. Hey guys, it's the next day. It's a little bit early in the morning, and Abraham is here. He's here to check out his car. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
You ready?
Ready, man?
Let's see what his reaction is. You're gonna get to see it for the first time in person.
I'm excited. You look good.
It's pretty good.
Really good.
didn't give me a chance to wash it. I was gonna wash it yesterday, but
Yeah.
I got late.
That's okay.
Then you came in early. It was just a little dusty.
Yeah, I understand.
But
Still tucked in and everything.
yeah, it's like right fender to lip. I don't know if you've noticed, but on our cars, this side's always lower for some reason. So I'm guessing when you put the suspension, you probably made them exactly the same, right?
Yeah, I did.
Both of the rear ones? Yeah, for some reason, the right side on every single FRS 86 BRZ it sags a little bit lower. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's part of the design of the suspension or weight or something. So on mine, I actually have this side a little bit up higher. So that way it looks exactly the same.
Yeah. Yeah, because I wondered that too, because I think one of the wheels tucks in a bit more. I think this one tucks in full.
Yeah, slightly more.
Yeah, and the other one. That's good, huh?
I don't know what it is, but I know that it happens to every single car.
That's crazy.
Got Abraham taking some pictures. Are you gonna post it on the Instagram like that or no?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah?
Progress.
The progress. Yeah. Put it into your driving mode. Let's see if it's good enough for this kit. Hey, it looks perfect. You have like the same exact like fitment, like the way they stick out at that height.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's true. Yeah.
Luckily, you know that even though it's close in the back, it's not gonna hit. It doesn't hit airing out, so you'll be fine. Cause this bumper's so low. Yeah. There you go. You should be good now. This driveway isn't as bad as the last one. My old driveway was terrible. Keep it straight right there or else you're gonna three-wheel. Just keep it straight. You should be good. Wait for this car. Wait for this car. There you go. Woo! You're good, you're good. You see how you three-wheeled a little bit right there. Yeah. You just flexed on everybody right there. See you later, Abraham. And these up. There you are, guys. We finished up the Blitz wide body install. Customer's super happy. He's excited to wrap it. He's not gonna paint it, so that's why we didn't paint it in this video. So until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, you guys have a great day.